Many of us have lost family to gun violence. Many of us have also lost close friends to gun violence. Some of us have even seen family and friends die from gun violence in our eyes, in our face, right there in front of us. Some of us have heard rumors of friends being backdoored by other friends, or relatives being snaked out this game for other relatives. Mental illness is common in the United States and around the world. It is estimated that more than 1 in 5 U.S. adults live with mental illness. In fact, just in 2022, we had 59 million adults battling with mental health. Or shall I say, battling demons in the U.S. That's 23% of the U.S. population. Mental illness includes many different conditions that may vary in degree of severity, ranging from mild, moderate, to severe. This episode of The P Position is dedicated to men in America dealing with mental health struggles. Let's get into it. Welcome. I'm your host, Penhah Adams. This is The P Position. Let me tell you a story. Because to speak about mental health issues, I gotta enlighten you on the trials, the tribulations, experience, and problems that I dealt with in my life. So when I was young, I joined the gang, following behind a lot of G's from my neighborhood, my community, my family, things of that nature. And it wasn't something that I necessarily wanted to do. That lifestyle simply chose me. And I used it as a survival skill. Because growing up on the south side of Chicago, you know, back in those days you had to have some type of brotherhood or family or gang and that, and I used that to my benefit. Now I've seen a lot of things in my life. I've lost a lot of friends. It came a point where I got so big up inside my gang that a rival gang member put money on my head, a bag. And my family knew that I didn't deserve that. Everyone knew that I didn't deserve that. So I lived in Mississippi. But I was so loud and thought I was hard that the same thing followed me down to Mississippi. A local drug dealer put money on my head. And the money today maybe wasn't a lot of money if we look at it today, but back then it was only $5,000, you know. And by the grace of God, you know, everything cleared itself and I'm still alive. So I've dealt with mental issues, mental health issues, both AMI or SMI. And it's not nothing to play with. It's not nothing to play with because you start to hear voices in your head. You start to live with PTSD and paranoia. And that's not how Elohim wants his people to live. You see, Elohim wants your life to be full of happiness and joy. But you won't understand that if you don't experience pain, right? joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain, you know? So, as a P, in the position that I'm in now, I'm able to enlighten you all. Especially my young guys that live in the streets, that come from that lifestyle, who battle demons. If you want to live a long, prosperous life, if you want to live a happy life, then it's best that you go get yourself some professional therapy. Now, speaking from my point and my coaching, I believe that every Native American, African American, as they say, black, indigenous person of color, mixed race, everybody should have therapy in their life. Because as the human race, we have all dealt with some type of difficulties, some challenges. You know, whether that's racism, prejudice, influences on certain ethnic groups and cultures. You know, redlining, things that hindered our people. All people. And we deal with these matters still to this day. Many of us have lost family to gun violence. Many of us have also lost close friends to gun violence. Some of us have even seen family and friends die from gun violence in our eyes, in our face, right there in front of us. Some of us have heard rumors of friends being backdoored by other friends, or relatives being snaked out this game for other relatives. So it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. And with that being known, your mind can play tricks on you at sometimes. Make you think certain things is happening, make you think certain things, won't happen. Now you know what you know, and I'm sure you do. You're not crazy. They might call you crazy, but I know you're not crazy, right? But you still should go get yourself some professional help. It's not wise of you to carry those burdens on your shoulders, to carry those thoughts, those dreams, those visions on your back. You're not in this alone. Seek therapy. Now, for some, you can go to church, you can listen to gospel music, you can pray, and those things does work for some individuals. But for some individuals, it don't. You know, it's some youth out here, there's some guys, 30 out here, who are afraid to walk to the corner store without a gun on them. Their mental is so locked in a dark place that they can't even walk free. You know, my pops always told me something. He said, as a man, you should be able to go anywhere you want to go. He said, a lion goes wherever you want to go in the jungle. A lion don't duck territories because of other lions. Meaning a man doesn't duck locations because of oppositions or other men. See, to be a P, you gotta be free. You have to be free. You have to be free-spirited. You gotta be free consciously. You have to be a peacemaker, a provider, a pleasurer. Provide provision. You gotta know how to walk the walk, but also talk the talk. See, a P is not just an ordinary person. A P was put on this planet to protect. To protect. To love. You know how the Bible say, love thy neighbor? A real P gonna love, gonna spread love everywhere he go. A real P know when to play the cards he was dealt and know when to fold. See, a P don't have all the answers, but a P gonna have the best answer. And a P ain't too fond of himself to admit when he don't know. See, that's a part of keeping it P. That's a part of keeping it P. No one went to play the cards you was dealt, and no one went to fold. But you can't do that if your mental health is not in order. You can't do it because you're not thinking logically. You're not thinking righteously. You're not thinking responsibly. It's so many more rules to being a P. But if you don't got the first rule down pat, and that's to check yourself before you wreck yourself, or before you wreck somebody else and crash out, then you can't call yourself a P. You're not a professional. You're not a professional. So you don't even want to put the work in. You don't like hard work. You don't want to work a job because you're scared. You don't want to build a business because you're uneducated. If you're a P and a real P, or you want to be a P, or you call yourself a P, you can't let nothing hold you back. And if your mind is playing tricks on you, then you gotta go fix that. See, this is chess, not checkers. This is chess, not checkers. Man, you better know how to push P and make you some money. You better know how to push P and make you some money. Cause a P gonna always eat. But a P mind gotta be on point now. It's rules to this shit.